In this video, we are going to compare and contrast two Buyer frying pans. This one is a ceramic coated Buyer Ceranoa non-stick skillet. This one is a Buyer Mineral B carbon steel skillet. What are the differences? Is one better or worse for your particular kitchen situation? Who knows? Let's jump in and get started. Now right here at the top, I want to show that both of these pans are very high quality Buyer pieces of cookware. I've had tremendous luck with my Buyers over the years, and they both work well. You can see eggs sliding in both pans, so you can get non-stick sliding fried eggs in either pan. There are some significant differences, however, in how you get to those sliding eggs and other things you can cook. I know what a lot of people are thinking here. A lot of people who have been around the channel for a while are saying to themselves, aren't you the carbon steel guy? Haven't you been talking carbon steel for almost 8 years now? Did you change sides? What is going on? I did not change sides. The easy answer here is my wife made me. So I walked into the kitchen and she was going to be making eggs for breakfast, and always trying to help, I suggested, why don't you use one of my carbon steels? And she grumbled a little bit, but said, okay. Turned around a couple minutes later and I said, you know, that is not the right size pan for that burner. You're using the wrong burner. And I could hear the grumbling starting. And then a couple of minutes later, I also said, I think you've overheated that pan. She put her butter in. I said, that butter is about to burn and you're going to burn your egg. And leave me alone. I just want to cook an egg. Get me a non-stick pan. And I said, well, if I'm buying you a non-stick pan, technically, I'm not leaving you alone, am I? Logic, highly overrated. So I quickly found myself in the market for a non-stick piece of cookware, and I thought to myself, well, if I'm going to get one anyway, I might as well get a good one. And that's how I got to the Buyer Ceranoa. But I think it does illustrate that there are two camps in the kitchen. There are kind of old school people like me who like carbon steel, who like cast iron, kind of the old way of doing things. And there are other people who could not care less. They just want to be left alone. They want to cook an egg. They don't want it to stick. They want it to be fast and easy. And my wife is in that camp. I guess now it's officially a mixed marriage. Okay, let's start with a high-level comparison here, and then we will drill down into some details and show a little real-world cooking. Both of these are 32 centimeter, roughly 12.5-inch pans, so big pans here. The Ceranoa made from recycled aluminum. I know environmental concerns are a big deal to Buyer, and that is always forefront with their cookware. So recycled aluminum, 4 millimeters thick, a little over 3 pounds. No helper handle. The coating is a ceramic non-stick coating, which is PFAS free. And in the world of non-stick coatings, the conventional wisdom is that the ceramic coatings should be a little less harsh, a little safer than some of those old school chemical PFAS loaded coatings. Importantly here, even though it is an aluminum pan, it has a forged base, which makes it induction compatible. So you can use it on gas, electric, and induction. Now for the carbon steel, this one is part of the Mineral B series of carbon steels. This one is a classic model. There's also a pro model, which we'll mention here in a few minutes. This one's heavy, over 6 pounds, and it does have a helper handle, which at that weight I think is necessary. The pan body here is homogeneous. It is all carbon steel. Now, of course, the carbon steel itself does not have any coating. It is homogeneous carbon steel all the way through. But over time, the more you cook in the pan and the more times you re-season the pan, it will darken in. You'll build up layers of seasoning. And also this pan works on gas, electric, and induction cooktops. Now both pans have what is called a Lyonnaise shape, kind of a classic French design, and both have the same shape handle. Although the Mineral B's has a coating, and personally here, I like the look and feel of the Mineral B classic handle a little bit better. Okay, now let's jump into some of the details. First, the name. Ceranoa, it's spelled with a C at the beginning, and many times European, French words, Italian words that start with CE have a CH sound. I got in touch with Buyer and asked, but this is pronounced with an S. So indeed it is Ceranoa. Now the Mineral B's, the carbon steels, are French pieces of cookware, and I consider, and they are, Buyer is a French cookware company. What about these Ceranoas? If you look at the packaging, they say made in Europe. What's up with that? Because when you get a Mineral B, a lot of the other Buyer French-made products, they are very proud of their French heritage. It says made in France. Get the colors of the French flag. The Ceranoas, the pan bodies, are actually made in Italy. So they are European cookware, but technically not French. They are shipped over to France, where the handles are attached in final assembly, etc., but not a true piece of French cookware. Now, what about cooking performance? Here, this is probably the most important category. We've already shown that in the Ceranoa, you can get non-stick cooking. It's easy. You don't have to think about it. You just put the pan on the stove. You almost don't even have to worry at all about temperature, as long as you're not overheating the pan. But it's easy and it works, and you don't have to learn anything. The carbon steel, I believe that it is every bit as nonstick as the Ceranoa nonstick, as long as you cook correctly. There's a little bit of a learning curve. You got to season your pan, you got to maintain your seasoning, you've got to cook at the correct temperature. But if you do, things like potatoes, non-stick, bacon, non-stick, eggs, non-stick. And what I have found is that the first week or two with a carbon steel pan, when you're new, that gives people headaches. It can be kind of frustrating at first, but if you learn to use your carbon steel and keep cooking in it, somewhere around week 1, week 2, the light bulb goes off, and then people absolutely love their carbon steels. And they have developed some new cooking skills that you don't necessarily get with a non-stick pan. Now, neither of these pans can go in an oven for very long. 390 degrees Fahrenheit, the Ceranoa can go in an oven for 10 minutes. 400, so roughly the same for a regular series, what they call the classic series Mineral B carbon steel, because it has a coated handle, and that is not oven safe. However, if you do need to use a Buyer Mineral B in an oven, get the Pro model, and it does have an oven-safe handle. Same pan body though. Heat. Here, the carbon steel is the clear winner because you can get these carbon steels screaming hot. I routinely get my carbon steel pans up to 500 degrees on my stovetop. You can sear the heck out of a steak at that temperature. You cannot use the Ceranoa nonstick for high heat cooking. So no searing steaks, no high temperature browning. That could actually damage the pan. Speaking of which, let's talk about toughness here. The carbon steel, virtually indestructible. There is very little you could do to damage a carbon steel pan in normal kitchen scenarios. About the worst that can happen to a carbon steel is maybe you get a little rust on the pan, or maybe you do cook something acidic and it strips off your seasoning. You just got to clean the pan, re-season it, and you can go on cooking. The Ceranoas, the non-sticks, you can actually ruin the pans if you are not careful. If you overheat the pans, you get them too hot, that can ruin the pan. Also, you don't want to use any metal utensils. Silicone only, soft utensils in the pan. You do not want to scratch that ceramic surface. Carbon steels, you can take a metal utensil and go crazy and nothing bad is going to happen. And that brings up the question of longevity here and price. I paid for all these pans myself, of course. Currently, the 12.5-inch Ceranoa listed at about $150. The 12.5-inch Mineral B Classic, $125. So the carbon steel is cheaper. It's close up front, but over time, it becomes an even better bargain. When it comes to longevity, eventually the ceramic coating, the nonstick coating on the Ceranoa is going to wear out, and you're going to have to get rid of this pan, whether you recycle it or it ends up in a landfill. Who knows? Hopefully recycled though. With the carbon steels, they're not going to wear out. They are going to get better as long as you maintain your seasoning and continue to cook in the carbon steels. They are actually going to get better over time, and they should last you a lifetime. They're not going to need to be replaced. So I don't know exactly on the Ceranoas how long you should expect those to last. Of course, it depends on how you cook and what you cook, et cetera, how often you cook. But let's say you get 3 years out of a Ceranoa, over 10 years, replacing that another 2 times, you're in for $450, $500 there. Whereas you only buy the carbon steel once, $125, and it lasts a lifetime. So a little bit better bargain on the carbon steel. Weight. Now for a non-stick frying pan, this Buyer Ceranoa is actually very sturdy. Weighs in at a little over 3 pounds. So fairly sturdy for a non-stick. The carbon steel, much heavier, over 6 pounds. Now, when it comes to that thickness and weight, I do enjoy cooking with a pan with a lot of thermal mass. If you get the pan heated, preheated evenly and correctly, I think they cook very nicely and evenly. However, I'm going to give a shout out here to the Ceranoa as well. With that thickness, with the aluminum construction, I think it cooks pretty evenly as well. Here, just melting some butter for some eggs. And yes, even though it's a non-stick pan, I still like some butter with my eggs. Getting this guy on the burner, and all those pats of butter are starting to melt at the same time and seem to be melting at the same rate. So if you use them correctly, both pans cook nicely and evenly. Now, as far as cleanup and maintenance, the Ceranoa wins hands down. Very easy to clean up. Nothing is stuck to the pan. Not even one of my wife's pan sauces would stick to this pan. You just wash it out with some soap and hot water and dry it. No big deal. You don't want to put it in the dishwasher, but the cleanup is very easy. Now for the carbon steel, it's a different story. There is much more maintenance involved. You can wash your pan with soap if you want to, get all the gunk out of there, but you need to maintain the seasoning on it. And that involves doing what I call a maintenance or touch-up seasoning from time to time. It just depends on what you've cooked and if you've lost any seasoning or not. But you can't leave the carbon steel wet. You can't put it through the dishwasher. You can wash it with soap and hot water, but you got to dry it thoroughly. And then again, occasionally you're going to need to do maintenance seasonings, and that can take anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour if you use your oven, 10 minutes on the stovetop, but definitely more maintenance with the carbon steel. So each pan has its own significant limitation. With the non-stick, you can't sear meat. You can't do high temperature cooking, high temperature browning, no steaks. I would be hesitant to even cook burgers in it. Definitely no blackened chicken, for example. With the carbon steel, though, you can't cook acidic ingredients. So I would not use it for slow simmering a tomato sauce, for example. These limitations mean that these pans are not direct substitutes for one another. So which one is better? Which one should you choose? The carbon steel or the non-stick? Well, it all comes down to which camp you are in. As we mentioned at the top of the video, if you like developing your cooking skills and knowing your way around the kitchen and knowing how to preheat a pan, maintain seasoning, cook at the right temperature, and doing things the old school way, then carbon steel is the way to go. And that is the camp I am in. My wife, however, still could not care less. She just wants to cook an egg. She wants it to be easy and convenient and not have to worry about it. For people like that in that camp, then the non-stick is the way to go. Now, there may be some middle ground here, and as hard as it is for me to admit this, not only in the kitchen, in marriage as well, there may be some room for compromise. Maybe you start with a great stainless steel pan, and then you add a carbon steel for your high temp sears and your proteins. And then if your wife really, really wants a fast and convenient and easy to use pan, you can get her a non-stick for things like eggs. Let's see a couple notes from my wife on the Ceranoa. First, she doesn't want to appear on camera, so this is what she told me. She does give it a thumbs up. She likes the pan. She said that 12.5-inch size is very big for what she does. So she likes to cook 2 eggs at a time. The Ceranoa really 3 eggs and up. So apparently I will be buying a second Ceranoa at a smaller size. Speaking of which, if this video has prodded you or encouraged you to get either one of these pans, remember old Uncle Scott here is Debuyer's first ever affiliate partner, and I've got links to the pans below. It really helps out around here if you're going to buy one anyway, to go through those links. Make sure you leave your questions, comments, and feedback below. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again next time on Uncle Scott's Kitchen. Also here, I want to point out that we have been talking about this Ceranoa over on the Great Home Cooks Club, the premium membership tier here at Uncle Scott's Kitchen. We did a deep dive unboxing on this guy. If you enjoy these videos and want more depth, extended cooks, deep dives, and discussion, and access to over 50 so far exclusive videos, check out that Great Home Cooks Club today. And if you do join, you will be thanked in an upcoming video.